Welcome back to Savor Food and Body, where women heal their relationship with food and improve their health after 40 with intuitive eating. So, this week we're talking about how to use intuitive eating to set behavior-based health goals and what that can mean, and the exact steps, actually 5 steps that you can do to set behavior-based health goals to help you improve your health after 40 during perimenopause or menopause. So I had a question from a client not too long ago that she's asked, can I reduce my cholesterol without going on another diet? Heart disease runs in my family. My cholesterol and blood sugar levels have increased over the past year, pretty common with perimenopause. And I'm afraid if I focus on healthy eating for my heart, I'll get obsessive about food again. So this may sound familiar to you, or maybe it's just your blood sugar creeping up into the pre-diabetic range, or you were recently told by your doctor you have insulin resistance. Many of the active women over 40 that I work with have a basic understanding of intuitive eating and its principles, and some have even ditched diets for good and are slowly practicing making peace with food and their body. And then eventually this scenario happens, and maybe you can relate to this too. You're going along, allowing full permission with all foods that you enjoy. You start honoring hunger, satisfaction with gusto, and then all of a sudden your clothes start to feel tight. Or someone you know makes a comment about, gosh, are you sure that you're thinking about your health? I'm a little concerned that you're making the right choices for your health. What they're really meaning is they're concerned that your body has changed and gained weight. All of a sudden you think, oh shit, what have I done? I let myself go. I thought intuitive eating was going to be helping improve my health over 40. And now I'm getting these comments that maybe I made the wrong choice. So as fear wells up in you and you remember your family history of heart disease and diabetes, you want to dive headfirst into the first diet that grabs you from your Instagram scroll. So concerned and frustrated, you're like, I don't want to give up on the mental and emotional strength that I've gained with practicing intuitive eating. I don't want to go back to food rules and body shame that I experienced when I was trying to be good and healthy with food and being so vigilant all the time. I want to live with food freedom, but I also want to honor my health, and I have goals. I want to lower my cholesterol. I want to lower my blood sugar. I want to make food choices based on satisfaction and full permission with foods. And I don't want to end up back at fuck it eating, feeling like I'm eating all the foods all the time. So if this is you, if you can relate to this situation, this is what we're going to unpack today. So first of all, I want to invite you to have a lot of compassionate curiosity for yourself when you land in this space. It's really common. And I also want to invite you to think about this question that the client asked. How can I think of heart healthy eating in a way that's not diety? So here's my response, and then we'll get into the 5 steps you can take to work on honoring your heart health, if that is your goal, or blood sugar or blood pressure. This will work for any health goal you may have. But first, I want to answer that question of how can I think of heart healthy eating in a way that's not dieting? First of all, motivation is important here. And it's tricky when you notice your body change as a result of practicing intuitive eating, or you get sobering lab results. Diet culture kicks in your brain and warns you that both situations must be corrected immediately. This triggers fear and doubt for all the hard work you've put into healing your relationship with food and trying to recover from years of dieting and body shame. It's not uncommon for a lot of my clients to express a desire for weight loss and to get back on track, especially when they're asking, is heart healthy eating possible without diet? In the back of their mind, they think, okay, well, heart healthy also means I should be trying to lose weight. So again, motivation is important. Can the principles of intuitive eating support your goal of heart health? 100%, absolutely. In conversations with clients, we often talk about how these principles are intertwined. For example, It's satisfying to care for and respect your body by supporting its metabolic health, its cholesterol levels, its blood sugar levels, with gentle nutrition and exercise you enjoy when possible without getting rigid about it. You don't have to slide down that slippery slope of being perfect or trying to be perfect with your eating and your exercise. However, this thinking can get hijacked again by that diet mentality if there is an underlying desire for weight loss. This is why it's important to separate weight from health outcomes. And again, that's what you're taught. You're taught that being in a smaller body means you're healthy. So this is an invitation to work on separating that, because while there is a scientific correlation between weight and health outcomes, there is not a direct causation, which is really important. So as an example, if you include more movement on most days by, say, walking around your neighborhood, you might notice your body feels different after the walk. If walking feels good to you, regardless of what your weight might do, you're more likely to keep doing it, which will support your heart health. So the focus isn't on the heart health itself or the motivation to reduce your cholesterol numbers or your blood sugar numbers. The focus is on how you feel in your body. This is a major difference between focusing on an internal validation for health promoting behaviors versus an external one. The number on the scale is also an external motivator for many people, but you don't have as much control over that as you do internal motivators, meaning how you feel in your body. The mindset shift to focus on how you feel internally rather than on external numbers like those lab values or the scale can help you move out of the I need to, I should mentality in terms of supporting your health. And it can be hard to get started with these health promoting behaviors and stick with them if you rely solely on those external motivators like the lab values or your weight, because those lab values and your weight have a lot more factors influencing them than just what you eat and how you move your body. So when you can get in touch with physical sensations in your body as a guide, the motivation shifts to, I want to feel better in my body. This internal motivation will take you much farther in your intuitive eating practice and overall health. So now let's go and look at the 5 steps to help you work on, say, a behavior-based goal. We'll use the heart health as an example, and help you work on goals that are rooted in how you're going to feel in your body. So step number 1 is define your desired outcome-based goal. So an outcome-based goal in this case may be, I want to lower my cholesterol. I want to lower my blood sugar. Outcome-based goals can have many influences in terms of your ability to achieve them. So I don't want you to get too hung up on that. But what I do want you to understand is that we create 1 to 2 behavior-based goals that will promote your desired outcome. Behavior-based goals, we have more direct influence on whether we do the behavior or not. And that can help us either find more motivation when we do the behaviors consistently, or be able to work on what's tripping us up. Why are we not doing those behaviors consistently? So step number 1 is to define your desired outcome-based goal. Want to lower my cholesterol, want to drop my blood sugar. Now we're step number 2, we're going to create 1 to 2 behavior-based goals that promote lowering our cholesterol, lowering our blood sugar. So this could look like, I'm going to eat oatmeal 3 to 5 times this week for breakfast. That will add fiber. Oatmeal is still the gold standard in terms of the fiber that's in there. Fiber acts like a sponge, soaks up the cholesterol, soaks up the blood sugar, and it gets eliminated from your body. So that one behavior-based goal is, I'm going to eat oatmeal for breakfast 3 to 5 times this week. A second behavior-based goal related to lowering cholesterol and lowering blood sugar might be, I'm going to go for a walk in the evening time or first thing in the morning, whatever makes sense for your schedule, twice a week. So we'll say 2 to 3 times a week. So that's our second behavior-based goal. Now, step number 3 is to practice your behavior-based goals consistently. This is really important. Consistency matters big time, especially for those of us in perimenopause and menopause. This is why it's really important to don't create any more than 1 or 2 behavior-based goals in a 2-week time period, because it doesn't sound like much. And you might be thinking like, oh gosh, Amanda, like that's not enough. Like, what's the point? But when you set these goals to be more realistic around doing 1 or 2 behavior-based goals over the course of 2 weeks, and you can be consistent with those, what happens is you don't end up throwing in the towel and getting frustrated because the goals were a little too far out of your reach based on everything else that's going on in your life. So to review, number 2, create 2 behavior-based goals that promote your desired outcome. So we're going to eat oatmeal. We're going to walk twice a week. Now, step number 3 is we're going to practice those behavior-based goals consistently for 2 weeks. So we might say, I'm going to eat the oatmeal on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, maybe once or twice on the weekend. That would be the stretch goal. Get into that in another time. And I'm going to walk on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Okay, cool. So we've got our behavior-based goals, and we're going to try to practice them consistently for 2 weeks. Now, step number 4 is reflect on your practice. Were you able to do those behavior-based goals consistently? Were you able to have the oatmeal Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at least? Were you able to go for the walk on Tuesday and Thursday? Why or why not? It's really important that you stay compassionately curious here. Don't get judgy about yourself, or you'll sabotage your efforts for wanting to try again the following 2 weeks. Or if you were successful with those, maybe you want to add 1 to 2 new behavior-based goals, or up your game a little bit, saying, I'm going to have oatmeal or some other fiber-rich breakfast every day next week. I'm going to walk 3 to 4 times. This step number 4, reflection piece, is super important because as you reflect on your practice, you're able to know what challenges came up for you, where were you successful, and most importantly, how did you feel in your body as you were practicing these goals? Remember that internal motivator of feeling well in your body by making these small behavior changes. That is going to be far more motivating in the long term than what a scale says or what your blood cholesterol levels will be. Now, the thing is with blood cholesterol levels and blood sugar can be a little bit more immediate validating response because you can do a finger poke and manage your blood sugar more in the moment. Than cholesterol usually takes about 3 months for us to see any changes. So this is why it's also important to focus on how do you feel when you add in a more fiber-rich breakfast consistently? How do you feel when you walk and move your body in a way that you enjoy consistently? Because then, independent of the results that come back from your blood tests, you are going to feel better and you're going to want to continue doing it. And there is enough research on heart health that shows any amount of increasing fiber and increasing movement will improve your health, your heart health outcomes. So that is our main focus for today. We're going to continue in our next conversation more about how to set these behavior-based goals and how intuitive eating can help you with those. If you have any questions, you are welcome to email me anytime. Head on over to alpinenutrition.org and hit the contact button at the top of the page, and I would love to continue the conversation with you there. So for now, I wish you a great week, savoring food and your body. See you next time.